we realized that the aspiration lies in standing on one's own feet. A lot of girls aspire to stand on one's own feet. Our goal is that everyone who comes to us for something must go back feeling more confident about their future.
So today we have with us Ms. Anjali Ravi Kumar, Social Mission Director for Unilever. Ms. Ravi Kumar is a brand purpose consultant for several brands in Unilever such as Clinic Plus and Fair & Lovely, now Glow & Lovely, and she hopes to create both social impact and long-term business value. She's responsible for creating the Fair & Lovely Career Foundation, now known as Glow & Lovely Careers, for which she won the Unilever's Global Hero Award in 2017. In the past, she has worked with social impact and sustainability advisory firms with the likes of Dalberg and KPMG and spent the early years of her career with Nandi Foundation. Ms. Ravi Kumar, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, ma'am, just to begin with, we want to understand how your personal journey and how your corporate journey really began.
So, my personal journey in the field of sustainability, which I'm a part of now, really began after business school, funnily enough. I had joined business school because I didn't know what else to do after a BA in economics. At that point in time, there were no masters in public policy that I knew of. So I joined, I did an MBA. I actually joined a sales job for a while. I was selling washing machines in parts of Chennai where there was no water. So I decided that I wanted to be associated with solving the bigger issues, such as lack of water, rather than pushing the agenda for washing machines, which are important. They are labor saving and they're incredibly empowering. And I love my washing machine. But I wanted to be solving a more fundamental problems. And that's why I quit and started looking out for options. Eventually found my way into a wonderful organization called Nandi Foundation, where I had the privilege of raising funds from institutional donors such as DFID and USAID and the World Bank. So I had to write proposals to donors for a variety of projects: organic farming, education, lift irrigation. So fantastic exposure. And that's what motivated me to get a second degree in public policy. So I went to Harvard after that to study public administration at the Kennedy School, which was again a very uplifting and very special experience, because you realize that it's not like these problems are unique to India. A lot of countries face these problems, and there's a lot to gain from sharing knowledge and lessons of how different countries address different problems. There are very few problems, even in the business sector, that have not been faced by anyone else. So I think that was a good experience. And also it reminded me how much we have to offer as India in terms of problem solving to other countries. So I came back and I joined consulting, because that was what was one of the most exciting spaces when I returned. We were consulting. I was first with KPMG and then with Dalberg, consulting to a variety of organizations, and I do recommend it as a career option, at least for a few years, to students and job seekers who are interested in getting wide exposure to different sectors and to different institutions in those sectors. And then I decided to have a kid, and I decided not to travel as much, and that's when I took a step back. But fortunately, the opportunity that landed in my lap was with Unilever, and Unilever, as you know, is a very, very committed corporate. They're deeply committed to sustainability. Really, it's embedded in the philosophy of the organization, in everything it does. So and and because they're such a big organization, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of progress to be made in terms of sustainability goals. For Fair and Lovely, fortunately, again, a brand that has actually a long history in supporting women's empowerment through education. My role was to think about how we could expand that mission. We already had a very robust scholarships program, which was run every year from 2003 to 2015. And when I joined, the question was, how do we reach millions of women, not just a few hundreds that we are able to reach through scholarships? And that's when I identified actually EdTech as being a future space, as being relevant, especially for women, because as you know, women in many parts of the world, but especially in South Asia, have a very small economic geography. They are not able to physically move out of their homes and cities and villages and towns to reach the big cities. And as a result, this means they cannot access the same kind of opportunities that men access. So the quality of education suffers, even the length to which they get educated suffers, because sometimes their village might only have until maybe 10th standard, right? Or it may not even have until, or maybe there is a college, but it's only a BA college. You can't study further. So this limits the opportunities for women, and this is on account of a long history of patriarchy. But we identified very quickly that one of the real problems facing women is actually not money, but it is restrictions on their movement and belief that a woman's place is at home, which disincentivizes investment. Because if you believe she's going to ultimately end up at home, why would you invest in an expensive law degree, or why would you invest in an expensive engineering degree, which today are very expensive? So this is a fundamental problem, and we felt that one of the best ways to tackle this would be through EdTech, which reaches you on your mobile wherever the girl is, no matter which village or town or city. And we felt that we must do something in that space. So what we decided is that let us bring together some serious EdTech players and offer their courses to our consumers through advertising. Because another big barrier that exists is awareness. So most girls in India will not know that the internet can be used for upskilling. They will not know that the internet is actually a place where you can gain a lot of knowledge related to your education or your future career. They may know the internet as a place for entertainment, as a place for meeting friends, chatting with friends, but the internet has so much more to offer, right? It really can transform your prospects if you choose to use it that way. So that was the goal, to really make young girls aware of the positive power of the internet and to introduce them in a safe environment to career guidance, because we realize that most young women in India require career guidance. They know of very few careers, and then they end up choosing on the basis of just the few careers that they know about. So we must expose them to many more careers. So we have a career guidance partner. Then we have online courses being provided by a wide range of players. And then we've also very recently got into jobs and internships. So that is about Glow and Lovely Careers, which is a platform now that has over 1 million women registered. And I'm very proud to say that we've expanded this platform to Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and we are also present in Indonesia.
Okay. That's wonderful to hear, ma'am. And I think that's such a unique take on the idea of social responsibility, is finding the ethos for each separate brand and then, embedding social good within that.
Right.
So let's talk about this idea of aspiration, which is something that I remember you discussed quite comprehensively during our EduFuture Summit. So how does that idea of aspiration fit into what you've tried to do with the Glow and Lovely careers?
So we've always understood that. We've always understood that in India, everyone has aspirations for a better life and for a better a better future. And looking good and feeling confident is very much a part of aspiring for a better future. And so to start with, you can think of the brand itself as aspiration in a tube. Right? It's aspiration in a tube. It gives you, and its beautiful part is it is available at 5 rupees, right? 5 rupees for a sachet of Fair and Lovely, and very powerful to imagine how it can even make a daily wage laborer feel beautiful, right? How it's so important to serve the emotional needs of the poor in our country. So that's what actually makes me very respectful of the brand. And at the same time, we understand, at the same time, we knew that looking good is not enough. Looking good and feeling beautiful is not enough. Women in particular need to upskill. They need to educate themselves. Otherwise, they will not even be able to compete for the jobs that are out there. And this is especially true for girls who have, with all their parents' support and, love and investment, they have managed to reach till college. But what they don't realize is today even college is not enough. You'll have to skill yourself in different ways through work experience, or sometimes through additional courses, through internships, things like that, to make yourselves job ready. Because unfortunately, there is no connection between the world of education and the world of employment. So how do we bridge that gap? That's how we identified the need to do something in this space of skilling up. And yes, to answer your question, we realized that the aspiration lies in standing on one's own feet. A lot of girls aspire to stand on one's own feet. So in fact, we ran a very beautiful campaign 2 years ago called Pehli Tankhwa. And in Pehli Tankhwa, we have girls speaking to their fathers and saying how beautiful that moment is when they got their Pehli Tankhwa, because that was the moment that they felt, yes, they had done it, And for women, it is an emotional moment for everyone, but for women, it is a particularly emotional moment because very often society is telling her things like, kya zarurat hai? Why do you need to work? Right? Ladkiyon ko to kya zarurat hai? Or they're telling her, tumhare bas mein nahi hai. You're not capable of working. Yeah. And unfortunately, this is how we talk to girls. We either dismiss, it's a process called infantilization. We dismiss and we treat them like children to be forever dependent on someone, or we are just biased. We don't believe they can do it, despite the stories around us. We don't believe they can do it. There's a very nice story actually about I think it was set in Pakistan, where a woman is interviewing a man and saying, "Sir, what kind of doctor would you like to take your wife to?" And he said, "Of course, I'd like to take her to a female doctor." And then she asks, "But where would you like to send your daughter for her education?" And he said, "Or would you allow your daughter to become? Would you allow your daughter to study medicine for her education?" And he said, "No. Never, I would never allow her to study medicine." And then so the reporter asks him, "But if you don't allow your daughter to study medicine, how is your wife going to meet a female doctor?" So I think that is it's just an example of the problems we have in our part of the world. We are fighting a lot of gender stereotyping, gender bias, and it is aspirational for young girls to come out of that. And I think Glow and Lovely, you are going to see Glow and Lovely help young girls beat these stereotypes through its advertising and also through its careers platform. It's going to be a very key focus. We believe Indian women want their rightful place in society, in all walks of life, and that it is an aspiration for them. So this is the I would think the main aspiration we will be chasing as a brand.
I think that's a wonderful message, ma'am. And frankly, as a woman myself, I can definitely relate to that feeling of feeling like you're not as good as the male student who's, sitting next to you. So I think this kind of empowerment is, and I should applaud Unilever for being one of the very few, I wouldn't want to call it a skill training agency because that would be, reducing what it actually does, but to specially cater to women, which is something that we definitely don't see with the ITIs and other traditional skilling institutes in the country. So that's great, ma'am. And let's talk about a little bit about the Glow and Lovely Careers as a platform itself, and what are the different things that it offers to a young woman.
So Glow and Lovely Careers currently offers, as I've mentioned, career guidance. We have a career test available, which we developed in-house. There is a longer psychometric test available, which is offered in partnership with idreamcareer.com, an incredible career guidance platform. We offer access to information on over 500 job roles, again in partnership with idreamcareer.com. And then we've started now live career counseling on the Sheroes platform. We have a community on Sheroes where we have a counselor who comes in a couple of days a week, and career guidance takes a lot of forms. How do people get career guidance? They usually read up articles on Google, or they have seen and heard some stories in the media that have inspired them in some way. So we believe actually that career guidance is not a structured career guidance, is actually a very small part of this entire picture of career guidance. We believe actually all of us can help young people get career guidance through stories, through media, through content, through just talks. Platforms like Josh Talks also provide career guidance. Yeah. So career guidance is a very rich and wide space, and we are committed to doing a lot of things in that space. What else do we offer? We offer access to online courses. Of course, this is not unique to us. There are many players, but what is good about us is that we have curated courses from some leading partners, and with the belief that these courses are most relevant. So we've added that filter of what do we think is very relevant, and that just reduces the need to surf through thousands of courses, right? And it helps girls. So we have a very nice partnership with Hello English, and we've got their courses in all Indian languages. We have a great partnership with English Edge. Again, they've given us some 20 beautiful English courses. And NIT.TV, we have a selection of courses. edX, again, we've curated some courses from providers who, offer interesting courses in nutrition, psychology, subjects that we know our audience is interested in. So that's what we've done. We've pre-filtered courses for users. Then we have a resume builder, which I'm very proud of, because it really, when you make your resume on that resume builder, it comes out quite beautifully. And we know that that's always a struggling point for many, many students. And then finally, there is job opportunities. I'm very, very proud of our partnership with Internshala, again, a fabulous organization. They offer a lot of virtual internships, work from home internships, and which are again perfect for our audience. So we have that, and then our latest partnership is with a very exciting startup called Wonk, which basically is a tuition teacher aggregator. So we know that millions of girls across the country are actually tuition teachers to children in their neighborhood, and that's how they make enough money to pay their own college fees very often, or contribute financially to their house. So what if the skills of these girls, and what if passionate teachers among so many millions of women who have an education can be channeled into becoming tuition teachers for kids online? And that's what Wonk does. Wonk does the matching between children who need tuitions and teachers who would like to teach, and they have a very nice platform. So we actually we tell young girls about this opportunity, and we also post opportunities within Unilever, one of which is a very exciting marketing executive opportunity, again stereotype busting opportunity, which most girls are not aware of. Most girls don't believe that girls can be good at sales and marketing. They can not just be good, they can be kick ass.
Mm-hmm.
So they are we have some exciting stories there.
That's
So for sort of 3 services, career guidance, online courses, and job opportunities is what we are focused on.
That's wonderful, ma'am. Absolutely wonderful. Now let's talk about the future. What lies ahead for Glow and Lovely Careers?
So we're lucky. I think we took a very forward-looking decision 5 years ago. As you know, today EdTech is really the thing. I mean, I think you just had a conference almost fully dedicated to EdTech. So I think we took a very forward-looking decision 5 years ago, and I'm very proud of that decision. I'm very proud of how we've expanded to so many countries, and I'm proud that we've reached a million milestone. It's not a very large number compared to many startups, but it's a big number for a social initiative, which is a non-profit initiative for a brand with no prior history in EdTech. I think the way forward is pretty clear, actually. Digital is going to become only more important, and digital skilling is here to stay. So we are also going to think about how we can really expand digital skilling. I forgot to mention that in terms of impact, we've been seeing, we count our impact as how many women have we introduced to courses. Because I told you, our job is not to deliver the course. We are not the EdTech player. We introduce women to the course.
Mm-hmm.
So we look at enrollments. We look at career tests taken. We're happy with all of those metrics, and I think we've done very well for a non-educational brand. I think going forward, we would want to introduce women to more skilling courses, because education has its limitations, and maybe given financial pressures, women will want to skill faster. They will not want to wait for 3 years and then earn. They will want something that enables them to earn within 3 months' time. So we will try to look at what kind of digital skilling courses are coming up. I would love to talk to IBM, who I know is one of your partners, and find out what they are doing. That's one space, digital skilling. IT skills are also going to become critical. And then I think there is a movement around entrepreneurship. I know today there are many gig jobs and gig opportunities. That is going to be a space we will also explore. Reselling, like with Nisho and SimSim, I think. And then there's, of course, like these positions that I told you about, becoming an online tutor, an online career counselor. These are very exciting opportunities, and I would love to introduce our consumers to these opportunities.
I think that's great. You seem like you haven't left any stone unturned. And we look forward to seeing all the great stuff that Glow and Lovely Careers is going to do. And with that, ma'am, this brings us to the end of our interview. Thank you so much for doing this and for sharing your empowering ideas and insights. I mean, as a woman myself, I'm feeling very empowered after this discussion, and really happy about the fact that you're doing so much for young girls out there who really don't have the right kind of career guidance and knowledge. And I think hats off to Unilever for doing that. So thank you
for the compliment, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am.